Hi, I'm David Wovrosh, attorney with Legal Aid Society's Low Income Taxpayer Clinic, and I'm joined today by Adrienne Brandicourt from United Way Greater Cincinnati. And if you're seeing me on your screen, it's that time of year again when people start to think about their taxes and the year ahead. But for right now, let's think back to 2021. In 2021, there were a number of very special tax credits and payments that were paid out, and you might have seen me discussing some of these on my previous videos. I'm here again to remind you about these tax credits. And you might say, well, David, why are we talking about tax credits in 2021? It's 2024. The answer is because this filing season is the very last one that you can claim any of these special tax credits. And if you don't file a return by April 15th, 2025, you can't ever request these tax credits again. So let's get started with discussing these credits before time runs out. And the first credit I want to discuss is actually a stimulus payment. It's that third stimulus payment for $1,400. If you didn't receive that third stimulus payment, you can still get it, but time is running out. Claiming the third stimulus payment is actually pretty easy. All you have to do is file a 2021 tax return. And when you file a 2021 tax return, you can claim the third stimulus payment as a tax credit on that return. That tax credit, it's called the Recovery Rebate Credit. And when you file a 2021 return and claim the Recovery Rebate Credit, you'll receive the payment as part of your tax refund. But that's not the only credit that you can claim on your 2021 return. The Child Tax Credit was also available to more people than it ever had been, but many people qualified for the credit and didn't even know it. So for 2021 only, the IRS removed the earned income requirement for the Child Tax Credit. The amount was also increased to up to $3,600 per qualifying child. There was no cap on the number of children you could claim. So for households with moderate to low income, that's a lot of money to leave on the table if it doesn't get claimed by this filing season. Now, there are some qualifications to receive that credit, and I do want to go over that with you. To qualify, taxpayers must have an adjusted gross income of under $75,000 if they're filing as single, $112,000 as head of household, or $150,000 if filing jointly. The parent or spouse must have lived in the United States for over half the year, and dependents eligible to receive the credit as long as they were under the age of 18 at the end of 2021. The child must have a Social Security number, and to claim that credit, all you have to do is file that 2021 return and receive that refund. So if you haven't received your third stimulus payment, or if you didn't receive some or all of that child tax credit in 2021, all you have to do is file a tax return for 2021 by April 15th, 2025. And while claiming these credits and payments is simple as filing a return, it's often not easy to find good quality tax preparation. And so here to talk to me about how you can quickly and securely file your taxes for free is Adrienne Brandicourt. Adrienne?
Thanks, David. My name is Adrienne Brandicourt, and I am the Free Tax Prep Program Manager at United Way of Greater Cincinnati. Today, we're answering your frequently asked questions about United Way's free tax prep services in Cincinnati. United Way of Greater Cincinnati fights for the economic well-being of all community members, both now and in the future. And filing your tax return is definitely an important part of economic well-being. So let's jump right in.
All right, so I'm going to ask you some questions here about that free tax preparation service. And so why are we talking about taxes, and why should someone file a return?
Well, tax season begins at the end of January 2025. This is the perfect time to plan how you're going to file your federal and your state tax returns. Filing a tax return is the only way that you can get a refund for the taxes that you've paid, but you end up not actually owing. It is also the only way that you can claim those credits we just talked about, like the Earned Income Tax Credit and the Child Tax Credit. For those who qualify, these credits can be partially refundable, even if you did not owe any taxes. The only way to claim these refunds and these credits due is to file your tax return.
All right. And so what exactly are United Way's free tax preparation services?
Well, that's a great question. Our full service and DIY tax prep services help individuals and families prepare their federal and state tax returns at no cost. That's right, these services are completely free. Trained volunteers guide you through the entire process, ensuring that you claim all eligible deductions and credits.
All right. And so let's talk here a little bit about the difference between your full service and your DIY options. Can you explain that a little?
Sure. Our DIY service is accessible through the virtual platform, myfreetaxes.com. This service is available online and allows you to prepare both your federal and state tax return on your own, completely for free, provided you meet the published household income limits. And if you're worried you need help while completing your tax return, not a problem. My Free Taxes has a dedicated helpline so that you can call and ask questions while completing your tax return. Free Tax Prep, on the other hand, is our full service tax preparation. In this case, an IRS certified and trained volunteer will prepare your federal and state tax returns for you. All you need to do is bring the correct information and review your return for accuracy before we file it electronically.
All right. And so who's eligible to receive these services?
Great question. Eligibility typically includes anyone with a household income below a certain threshold. Our services are perfect for students, families with children, low-income workers, retirees on a fixed income, and anyone who needs a bit of extra help during tax season.
All right. Let's say someone qualifies. How do they access those services?
Oh, fantastic. You can find a location close to you by visiting our website, uwgc.org, or by calling 211 directly. We have over 30 locations across the greater Cincinnati region. Most of those locations require appointments, which can be made through the website or calling 211. A few sites even offer walk-in services where no appointment is necessary.
All right. And so when someone has an appointment, what should they bring to it?
Be sure to bring your picture ID, your social security card, your tax documents, including your W-2s, your 1099s, a copy of last year's tax return, and any other relevant information. Sometimes I even like to tell people if it says tax on it, bring it in. If you are filing jointly with a partner, they need to come with you and they need to bring the same information. You'll also need to have social security cards for your dependents. That's a repeat too, social security cards for everyone on your tax return.
All right. And so I know I talked about filing a 2021 tax return. Mm-hmm. Can people file past year returns with you guys as well?
Absolutely. We have a number of sites that throughout the year can handle past due tax returns. If someone needs a 21 or a 22, 23 tax return prepared, they should call 211 to schedule an appointment. Just know that some sites will only schedule one tax year per appointment, so it's important to tell the 211 person you're talking to that you have to have more than 1 year prepared.
All right. And so after the return is prepared and after it's filed, what happens if the taxpayer has questions?
Oh, no problem. Our volunteers are here to help even after taxes are submitted. For taxpayers who have questions about their refunds, they can contact the IRS's Where's My Refund services. And for questions about preparation of your tax return, you can contact us year-round at 211.
And I'll also remind folks out there that if you have any correspondence from the IRS or issues with any of those returns after it's filed, or really any years where you have issues with the IRS, Legal Aid's Low Income Taxpayer Clinic may be able to assist you. And all you have to do is give us a call at 513-241-9400.
And remember, filing your taxes doesn't have to be stressful. If you're in the greater Cincinnati region and you need help, don't hesitate to reach out. For more information, visit our website or call us today. And we're dropping the links to our social media accounts in the chat.
All right, Adrienne, thank you so much for joining us here today. And thanks to everyone watching us as well. Keep in mind, if you have questions about this topic or if you have any tax issues with the IRS, Legal Aid's Low Income Taxpayer Clinic may be able to assist you. That number again is 513-241-9400. That's all for now. With the tax season just around the corner, we'll continue to discuss important tax topics throughout the filing season and beyond. So make sure that you follow us on social media at Cincy Legal Aid. See you next time.